Longlegs was a very interesting movie for me that I quite liked, and I left the theater feeling quite disturbed. Thank you, Nicolas Cage. So I am a Maika Monroe fan. I loved her since It Follows. I loved Tao. I liked the new series that she's in. That was a Hulu series turned sort of movie. I really like her, and especially I have a crush on her, and I just think she's a really good, scream queen and whatever, and I love It Follows. So I'm gonna watch anything that she's in, and I was very intrigued by Nicolas Cage playing a role where he's, like this, what do you call him? Longlegs is a movie based on like religion. We're dealing with these demonic possession religion cult movies still. It's a very popular thing this year and the previous year, and it's happening again now. He's like this cult leader, I want to say, but he's just a really creepy guy who's supposed to be like really tall. Like you see him with his, I was gonna say his head cut off. He has his head, but it's just cut out of the frame, and he's got this really creepy voice going on, and he has this makeup and this long hair that's dirty. He's creepy. He creeped me out. This movie, Longlegs, it reminded me of It Follows in the way that it has that slow burn like It Follows, but it still keeps you intrigued. I am not one that really likes slow burn stuff, to be honest. I'm impatient. I'm so impatient, okay? So when things aren't happening now, I'm like, okay, can we just move on? Or like, I'm about to like dip out. But I was in my seat. I wanted to know everything that was gonna happen. You could not get me to want to get out of my seat unless I really had to go to the bathroom. Thankfully, I did not. Or maybe I did, but I held it because like I was not gonna miss this movie. Hey. One thing I noticed with Maika's character, I forget her name. Harper? Is it Harper? Harper. She kind of, I don't know if it's because, so here's the obvious, like things happened to her as a kid that were, part of this cult thing. Like it's pretty obvious. You don't need me to warn you about that. It's not that her acting is awkward. Maika's acting is very good, but the way her character acts was like very like awkward, like standoffish, and I was wondering like, is this because of trauma or is there something else happening here? Oh jeez. Or maybe both. I was never one that, I don't think Nicolas Cage is a terrible actor. In fact, I've never really watched a whole lot of Nicolas Cage, and when I think of Nicolas Cage, I've only ever like thought of him as like this guy that does like action comedy. For some reason I keep thinking him as more as a comedy actor rather than an action guy, but it seems after I was talking with some people that he's done a lot of action movies. I don't know, I just never seen him as somebody who is like a horror guy, at least in terms of acting. So when I saw that he was gonna be our villain, I didn't really think much of it, but I was like, this is Nicolas Cage? This is him, and when he's smashing his head against the table, I'm so freaked out. I think that's what disturbed me the most, because I don't like people inflicting damage on themselves like that. It makes me gag. Like, I just can't handle it. Like the movie Hereditary. I think Hereditary made me laugh. Listen, if it's an A24 movie and has naked old people in it, it's hard for me to take it seriously for some reason, although Midsommar like weirded me the hell out. But Hereditary like made me giggle through moments, and I slept like a baby after. It wasn't a bad movie, but what I'm getting at here is when the kid, Alex Wolff, whoever his character is slamming his face into the table, I don't like people doing that. It freaks me out and makes me sick. So Nicolas Cage, Longlegs, is doing that, and I'm so disturbed. You want to know who also I was surprised to see, and I didn't realize it until after I saw Twisters? Kiernan, I forget her last name. I didn't realize it was her playing that girl in the movie that was a victim of Longlegs, and then she was in a mental hospital. I didn't realize that it was her. I did not realize it was her until after I saw Twisters, and I was watching Twisters, which I will also have a movie, or I will have a review on. I'm watching Twisters, I'm like, is that Kiernan? And then I'm like looking her up, and oh my god, it is. And then people were talking about her in Longlegs, and I'm like, who the hell was she in Longlegs? Oh, she played that girl that victim that was in the mental hospital. And I like that character. Listen, I only really saw her in Sabrina and The Silence, and I did a video on that because she plays a deaf character in that movie. I was so shocked, and I was like, damn, I need to go see it again and watch it because I thought that was so good, but I didn't realize it was her. And it's just so funny to see that Longlegs came out and the Twisters came out, and they are two completely different characters, night and day. But yeah, her whole monologue and her vocabulary that she was using, I mean, it's part of the script, but the delivery of it all, spot on. I feel like I gave the movie a 5 out of 5. I think it was at least a 4.5, maybe a 5 out of 5. People did seem to say that there might have been something missing with it, and you know what? I'm inclined to agree, I guess. Is that me following the herd rather than me thinking of it on my own? I don't know. But the more I think about it and sit down with it and like reread the plot on like Wikipedia and stuff, I'm like, you know, I definitely would have liked more Longlegs lore. Like, tell us more about Longlegs. Like, how did he come to start this cult? Because we're only getting the aftermath. We don't really still learn a lot about him. We just know that he liked to go after vulnerable young women, and then there were dolls, and then it had like this demonic presence of some sort, and that's kind of it. Like, there's no other backstory to it. And I think that would have been nice to have. I can't remember how long the movie is. I don't think it's that long. I think it's maybe an hour and 40 minutes, and nowadays most movies are like 2 hours minimum, so you got some wiggle room there. A couple of people that I follow were saying that, you know, we're tired of the religion in movies, and I mean, that's definitely been popular. We're getting another Exorcist, I think. I don't know if it's supposed to be a TV series or another movie. And then we had The First Omen, we had whatever Sydney Sweeney's been in, and then there was some other exorcism type of movies. Not supposed to be The Exorcist, but you know, another priest guy needing to perform an exorcism and whatever. So I'm seeing where there's too much going on with like religion and horror. To be honest, I'm not usually one for, am I one for religion and horror? I don't care for exorcism stuff too much, I don't think. Like, I'm not just saying this as an atheist, I just also think that I'm kind of like, I mean, I like The Conjuring. You know what, I'm not necessarily opposed to religion-based horror movies being out and about still right now. I just would have liked more lore, I guess, if you were gonna get it, although at the same time I wouldn't really be mad if this was just a cult to be a cult and not having anything to do with like Satan and whatever. I don't know. But listen, I love Maika Monroe. I have yet to really dislike her in anything. And we're also getting a sequel to It Follows. I have no idea what that's going to entail, other than maybe a very awkward relationship still with the guy that was in the original one. I don't know if he's gonna be in it. So, if you saw Longlegs, let me know what you thought while this cat here is giving my legs a bath. Let me know what your favorite Maika Monroe movie is too. I plan to have a review of this on Patreon that's supposed to be free for everyone to read, so be sure to look out for that. But also, if you would like to support the work that I do, consider becoming a member of Patreon. There's free membership, there's the very bare minimum of $1 a month, but you still get a lot of content out of that. And I do have a tier for, you know, talking about movies and movie reviews, so I'd love to have you. Let's watch some movies together. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, but also don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get more movie reviews on here. And I'm filming a bunch of them today, so thank you for watching this video again, and I will see you later.